presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to our man Al in Homosassa. What's going on, brother?
Isn't it wonderful? I went ahead and invested in your Tiger dollars, and I went ahead and got the gold report for a year, and also your call letter and stuff like that. And I got over a 50% return in one day, not counting everything else. But I just want to thank you. Tom's not perfect, but he tells you how to put your stops in, and he keeps your losses small. You can take your small losses, but then all of a sudden you'll be like Dave Ruth, and you'll hit a home run. I mean, a big home run. Yeah. And put the money in your pocket.
Okay, brother. You're awesome, man. Thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Love coming out of you makes you happy. The whole world could love you, but that's not the love that'll make you happy. What will make you happy is to share all the love you have inside of you. That is the love that'll make the difference. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 205, NASDAQ off 213, S&P's off 50. Gold contract down $52.50, trading at $18.78 an ounce. You get silver down $1.23 at $22.38. Light sweet crude off $268, $73.20 a barrel. Notes and bonds. A 10-year note down 1 point plus 5 ticks at 114.12. The 30-year off 1 point plus 23 ticks at 130.02. Remember, there's 32 ticks in 1 point in the bond market, folks. And King Dollar bottom line is on the move. That's what's going to basically choke this market. King Dollar right now is up 1,200 ticks, 102.950. The euro is at 108. The yen's at 131. The British pound is at 120 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. Now, let's go take a look at the world of the S&P first to see what we can figure out coming into this close here. We've had quite a day out here, man. Quite a couple days, actually. I want to thank Larry for doing my show. Tommy O'Brien was 2 years old. Pretty wild. You got to love it. Trains and trucks. I think he has, if I could show you a picture, Tommy should show you a picture. He has a room with just trains and trucks. It's awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So what we just did, we just made a round trip. And the first time, now this is going to get interesting, says the first leg off coming up, meaning that started at 41.59 this morning. Okay, so futures were down big. They were down, we got all the way down to 41.32. Then you did a nice counter trend bounce and you got all the way up to 50 points, 41.94, and then gave it up in spades. And if you want to see something, man, and you really want to start understanding price and volume, like if you're watching Tiger TV, you're going to see, now this is my speculation, but we've been doing this long enough. See it's the same seller that basically crushed this yesterday. And it's the same levels. That's what's amazing, man, okay? The bottom line is that the crush yesterday came down, it was actually before it was right at, the 2 o'clock time frame, right? So it's 83,000 contracts. Well, the first time you got up there today, you got up there at 43, and then you tested that with 44. And then you don't want to be it. So this is going to get intriguing down here because what we actually just did, we actually just came into the strength, the bottom of that strength, when it bounced earlier today, was 41.39. Well, we just got down to 41.35. And the volume came up a little, nothing heavy. But I suspect what you're going to see here is that we are going to be basically selling off into the close, even though we already sold off. Now, the reason I'm saying that, let me go into the NQs for a second. Because what happens, and this is what you really get to understand. This is not a technical deal that I'm going to talk about right now, folks. What happens is this, is that when you're in front of a screen long enough, you day trade long enough, this is the typical day that because there was, see, first we were down, right? And then the market, man, just came back. And as the market comes back, you know, it just makes sense that people say, oh, hold it, it's going to be rejection. It's going to be rejection. So what you have here is that you have a lot of folks that are long right now because of the fact that this thing came, man, you know, bottom line is as soon as that opening bell hit, you know, within, 20 minutes, this thing came all the way back. So what's happening, I suspect, is that you're going to have a lot of open positions at highs up here, because then when they tank so fast. We'll see how it shakes out, but normally when that happens, what you're going to get more selling coming into the close. Gold, take a look at the gold contract out here. Gold contract, bottom line, it's down with volume. This took, basically 3 weeks. With 3 weeks at highs, and that's even more dangerous, folks. That's what happens when you're at highs and it's holding highs, you don't have any volume. Bottom line, I suspect this gold contract is going to come down to 1821. Right now you're at 1878. You can see how fast it is. The gold, that's how gold moves, man. That's the bottom. There's nothing to stop this, to come back to where it took off from. And that's what I figured was going to happen. Notes and bonds, same type of setup inside the note and bond market. Bottom line is that you are down and you got a huge expansion of volume. Look at this, 2.3 million contracts in the 10-year. This is going to go to the end of the low end of the range right now. Lower end of the range on this one, on the 10 is at 111.28. Right now you're at 114. It hasn't broken, bottom line, the lows that were established out here in the bond market going back to October 21st. I expect they will, but not on this first leg down. We go, and then we go to King Dollar. So King Dollar, if we just do a dead cat bounce on King Dollar, let's see what we got here. So a normal just a dead cat bounce on a daily, we'll get King Dollar to 106.20. And we go to 106.20, man. This is going to be a quick flush down on, all the markets. Because when the dollar starts moving like this, get out of the way in just about any asset price. And if we go and we look at the oil contract, it's going to the lows, and it might blow out these lows, man. So let's take a look. Because if the dollar goes as high as I think it's going to blow out the lows. So the oil contract wants to make a run down to 70.56. You can see the expansion of volume. It's, I could say this is interesting. So if it's an ABC down, 82, that's $8. $70. There you go. You got an ABC down, too. $70. Now, which is so cool, $70 is the low of the consolidation that oil's already been in. So we'll see where it shakes out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow. Dow's down 153. NASDAQ's off 191. S&P's off 41. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today, and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials down 114, Nasdaq's off 175, S&Ps are off 39. So let's take a look at this. It's quite a payroll number, folks. And that's what you had twisted and, coming out this morning. So you had employees added 517,000 jobs in January, above all estimates. Now, this is what is a mind blower, folks. This is a 53-year low for the jobless rate. And so watch what's also happening here. Now, this gets really intriguing. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter what the jobless rate. But if you want to understand how math and demographics can change things pretty quickly, you have two different things going on here. You have all the baby boomers coming out of the market, And what you have, of course, is that you have less. It's not that you have less coming up. You have less coming up that are basically 20 to 27. But when you lay it in from approximately the 28 going all the way up to 40, okay, that's actually bigger than the baby boomers. So when you take both of them into consideration, this really gets intriguing because, the jobless rate actually can go down if just people don't come into the jobs. Bottom line is that it still looks that we have an aspect that if you lose a job, you can get it back pretty quick. Non-farm payrolls increased 517,000 last month, up after a revised gain of 260,000 in December. Okay, so that is a big correction. There's no doubt about that. Now, what you have in the marketplace, so picture the marketplace, right? And, you never know what runs markets up and runs markets down. My take is always buying and selling. My point of saying that, however, is that there's going to be plenty of the articles are starting to come out that, hey, there's no way that could be happening. There's going to be corrections. There's going to be this and that. We'll see what happens. The point is that we're still in a bear market. I suspect what you're going to see is you're going to start seeing an acceleration right now going to lower price. And if we get the volume expanding at the same time, this is going to be the next leg down. Let's go take a look at, we had Amazon come out, we had Apple come out, Google come out with numbers. Okay, let's go to Amazon first and take a look at Amazon. So Amazon, bottom line, the low is $81, the high is $170. This is our past 12 months. We are trading at $103.50 right now. It's not bad. you know. Let me pull this up, though. So you have a spike from yesterday, and that's good, because that means we'll go back up to that level. Let's put this on a weekly. So, wow, watch this. You got to see this, man. This is dangerous. Okay, Amazon, I'd still let go to the bottom. This is so tricky, but watch this. See this volume right here? So that's the volume on the way down, right? But it's still high volume. That's on a weekly 654 million. Well, we did 495, and you're going to have a failure on price. When you have something like that, it's like, okay, enough pressure can come back down to the bottom again. So I just sit here and wait, man. You know, I like the bottom. I like how Amazon came into. Now watch this. I like how Amazon came in on the monthly. I wait this out. See how it came in on the monthly? It came right into that monster bar there of 1.6 billion, and we only did. The first time we did 1.5 billion. The second time we did 1.5. Yeah, wait for this to come down, man. That's pretty close. No, I see what's going on. No, yeah, 3.6 billion and 1.5. Okay, we'll see whether it gets down. That's the type of bottom that you'd like to see. 1.5 billion, 1.5 billion. That was going into 3.2. You want to see a mind blower, folks? Okay, I hope. Remember something, folks, that this program is archived, okay? So even if you're in your car listening on your radio, right? I want to show you something. And this is all about price and volume. And for the Tigers and Tigers that have been listening for a while, I know you know this, but everyone knows about the scandal in India, right? Well, let me show you something, man. That every one of those equities went to the last time that it had volume. And I was doing this, man, I couldn't believe it. I could believe it, but it's, you know, when I first developed timing the trade, folks, okay, the bottom line is that this was in 1998. I had done a bunch of studies for years, meaning yearly, 2 years at a time. That's what it is. Now, wait to see. These are all the companies here, okay? Wait to see this. This is crazy. So, I do the power one. I don't think it matters which one I bring up, but you're going to see. Is that the one that's 1,500? Yeah, this is. So check this out. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to bring this up so you can take a look at the aspect of how this works. And let's bring it up first. So I'm going to bring it up. And, you know, all you Tigers and Tigers, you know what I do. The last place I look for volume all the time. And look at this. Here's the last place that had volume. That volume, this is, you're talking about June of 2020, right? Well, guess what? In 5 days, we went from 3880 down to 1,017, and the low of that high volume day is 1,200. The high of it is 1,718. Now, what can you get out of this? Okay, you can definitely make the argument and say, okay, hold it. Well, if you go short there, you'd get killed. There's no doubt about that. The way that I would use this, if you're not trading all the time, you're trading all the time, I'd use the 10-minute charts. We can go through all that. But let's say a pure investor, just a pure investor, you get a long-term, and you've really been scoring on something, but it's going up on light volume. You better think twice when you have an equity like this, and it just kept going, because what I've found is this. This lost 75% of its price in 4 days. You just never know when it's going to happen. You never get out. That's my point. So take it for what it's worth, but I can tell you flat out, you know, when they turn, it's extraordinary. They turn, they go fast and furious, and that's where they can recharge themselves at those areas. But that's what they like to do. They like to get down into that area. And listen, I have no idea about the fundamentals behind that, like even how does that work? You know, right? I mean, that's the magic of math, man. I mean, there is a mystery in that context of how that works. I just don't know what it is. Some of the higher volume equities out here that we take a look at. We have, let's see. You get Ford off $112. You get Apple up $430. Advanced Micro's down 2. You get Nvidia off 6. Let's go take a look at The Dow Industrials, the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow. Strength out here today. You got American Express putting 31 positive points, Apple 29, Caterpillar 20, JP Morgan 12. Taken away from it, Home Depot minus 56. You got Microsoft minus 40, Honeywell minus 29. Inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. Regeneron's up 5%, Gilead's up 3.8, Apple 2.6. Amazon down 8.4, Datadog 7.4, Intuit off 6.1. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish a Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 147, Nasdaq's up 187, S&P's up 43. So let's go take a look at Apple, because they all come out. Apple, Google, and Micro come out. Not Microsoft. Oh, look at this. That's interesting. Okay, so Apple's up, and it's up good, man. Oh, this is an ABC up, man. Huh. Yeah. Okay, so it is what it is. It's an ABC up. That's a big ABC up, too, man. Okay, let's look at this. 147. Well, it's not that big. It's 23. So 67. What did I say? 167. Yeah, it's an ABC up to 167, though. Oh, okay, hold it. Nope, I see what's going on. Oh, man. Okay, well, this is tricky. Let's put this on a weekly. I see what's happening here, too. Okay, so put this on a weekly. Still looks good, man. You're going into 500 and... Yeah, listen, Apple looks like it's going to hold up. That's how this is shaking out, man. It actually looks like Apple wants to hold up. Wow, that's going to be pretty intense. So let's get this down as to what this is. I mean, the market pulls back. It's going to be hard for it to do that full ABC up, but that's what it looks like it is. So I'll get closer to it. 147. 24. Yeah, it's 165. That's the A to B equals C to D. Now let me put this back. So now what I'm doing, you got an ABC up, right? So then the real question is that what does that mean in the context from the last leg down? And that's saying, oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's saying that, this thing's going to go past the 0.76 retracement on the way up. So that's strong. That's strong. That's saying strong, period. Let's go into Google, and we'll take a look at Google. Low for the year is 83. High is 149. Put this on a weekly first. Okay. Yeah, Google doesn't fly. You can see this. Google's coming into 216 million. It's only down 149. This is cool to look at. Now, check this one. If you want to understand how you either do a test and it's a successful test or it's a failure on price and volume, if Google closes right where it is right now, it's 105.10. If it closes under 105.10, it's a failure on price and volume. We are at 105.07, and this is why it would be a failure. You're going into the week of the 24th, the week of 24th of October. You had 216 million shares there. Well, Google only has 149 million, and it's under that price point right now. So this will be intriguing to watch and to see exactly what it's doing. Let's go to Robert in Kansas. Hey, Robert, what's going on, brother?
Hi, Tom. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man. That's right. It's a beautiful thing. Totally.
It is. Hey, I want to see if I could get your thoughts on TLT. I like to trade TLT, and you were talking about the Treasuries earlier, but you were talking about the 10-year note, and I wondered if you could talk about the 30, well, specifically TLT. I'd been shorting it, and it popped up, when we came back from the holidays in early January, and then it's just kind of been going sideways. So I was kind of perplexed by it because I'd kind of expected it to go back down. And I wanted to kind of get your take, not like on an intraday basis, but like on a daily or weekly chart, and get your perspective, please.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at it. I'm gonna go back to the actual contracts in a second, but let me just look at this thing. Okay, so picture this. This is a classic. Well, I'm not suggesting that you go short, folks. You don't understand how that goes, but this is a classic short, and you can see where my crosshairs are right now. What I did, Robert, I put this on a weekly, and you can see that the first time that we went up, and it was strong, man. This, the note and bond market came off the lows strong. There's no doubt. Now, that being said, it's all relative as to how much it went up versus how much it already went down. This TLT. We bring it back to December of 2021, it was at $155, and then it goes down to 91. But then if you go from 91 at the beginning of the year to say, oh, man, it popped up to 109, right? Okay, so not bad, right? So you can see here, though, the volume there at the highs was 111 million. We came up and tested that 2 weeks ago at 89 million. This week, you're going to have a failure with 86 million. So when that happens, first off, that's saying that the next stop down is the low of the consolidation, which is 99.35. And we'll see if we have volume on the way down. And if you get volume on the way down, then what you would do, Robert, is you look at it and say, okay, and we'd get this. You see that line I just put up there. And you'll see whether it breaks it with conviction. If it breaks it with conviction, we're going all the way down to the bottom again. And then if
so you're thinking the target would be, if it's going down, would be the the kind of the low made at the end of the last year. But if it breaks that, then it could go back down to the low made in like
October
November time frame.
Yes.
Or October.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right.
Okay.
And,
all right.
The bond, both the 10 and the 30 are accelerating down with monster volume today. So, that's...
They just look kind of weird, the TLT. I mean, if you look at it on a weekly basis, it's a little clearer. On the daily basis, what kind of threw me off is if you look at the kind of like the last week or so, it's just been going sideways. And usually when it makes it top, it seems like it kind of goes up and then goes back down. It doesn't really go sideways, and that's what's throwing me off.
No, listen, man, it's particularly tricky because, Wednesday, I mean, look at, it was coming into, let me just see this for a second. Okay, so we got to 108.50. Look at this. I want to show you something, man. This is crazy. So you see Wednesday, we got to 108.50. It was 25.3 million. And the swing high had 35. And I've seen that, man. It's like, okay, when you get that close and you contest it, then, of course, the test of the next day with dramatically lighter volume. That's a dangerous setup, meaning that it seems that, someone was selling into that, even though it went higher yesterday, someone was selling into that when it was coming into that swing, because it should have broke that swing that day, So, it looks to me like, rates are actually going to be longer for a long period of time, not a short period of time. Where do you see this? If you want to see something bizarre, folks, now, this debt is so risky, it's insane. But when you see what Goldman's trying to pull off right now, Goldman, Morgan Stanley, and the big banks, folks, got caught in a takeover last year. And Citrix Systems, right, they've been sitting on this bad debt. Now, when I say bad debt, what it is, the debt is so risky because they're claiming you're the second in line, but you're the second in line in a line that actually they're not being clear about, because there's like an A, B, C first, then there's a 1, 2. The bottom line is that they're out here this morning trying to push a debt out at 13 to 14%. When I saw this morning, Robert, I says, oh my God, because this is Citrix. But now I get it, because the risk is that, we see this happen all the time. The debt never gets paid, right? But that's also, when I saw that, I says, okay, these rates are getting a lot higher, man. I mean, I can't picture, right? It's like, so.
Thanks, Tom.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks, to Dow. Dow Industrials right now down 152. You get the NASDAQ off 187. S&Ps are off 42. And bottom line is that, having the couple days off, it's pretty wild when you take a look at the what is getting pushed, how different operators are pushing their own deal. Now, I am going to basically pile on to Cathie Wood. And why? Well, check this out, man. This was the news all day yesterday, right? Which is, she is the best marketer I have seen in years, okay? And the bottom line is that, we take a look at, well, first let's take a look at Ark, okay? So all the news was about that so for this year, bottom line, Ark has gone from $30 to $42. Like, okay, $30 to $42, $12, big freaking deal, right? Well, let's take a look at this, man. Because that's every headline you read, she's doing amazing, right? It's like, okay, he's doing amazing. Well, let's take a look at this. So Ark has gone from $158, you get that right, $158 in March of 2021, down to the $30. Now you're at 42. Now, this is her quote. This is why I don't basically like doing this to anyone, because our business is such a hard business that, this can happen to anyone, that's for sure. But the second part of this can't happen to anyone. This is why I want to go over this. So she's claiming that her Ark Innovation Fund is the new NASDAQ. Yeah. That people aren't going to buy the big caps. The big caps are coming down. That blah, 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 blah. Okay? Okay, so, listen, that could be the fact, but the bottom line is that the facts thus far is that is not even close. But listen to this, folks, because this is all that matters when you're in the fund business, right? I just showed you the downdraft. Do you think it made a difference with people putting money into the fund? It sure did not, because the fund managers must be going out of their mind looking at this, okay? I don't think any of us have seen anything quite like this yet. So you go from $152 down to $30. Well, and that's in 2.5 years. Well, if that happened, how much money do you think in 3 years could come into the fund? Now, just put a number in your head, right, of what you think that might be. You're going down the whole time, right? When you hear this number, it's going to blow your mind. So listen to this. Let me get this thing in front of me, because this is hard to comprehend. I know I can see why she definitely, this is just unbelievable. The fund has managed to take in, through these 3 years, $15.4 billion, and that's net. So specifically, from even people taking money out, she got additional $15.4 billion, including 1.3 last year. She got the bigger money, okay, when it was up here, right? That's for sure. But the bottom line, people never pay attention. They just don't listen, man. I don't even get it. Now, That's the first part of this. The second part of this, and this is why I'm definitely going over this, you know, so let's picture something. When you see something like this, I get the gist of the manager saying, hey, I have all the innovation funds, I have this is going to happen. That's good speculation, right? And I can see how the theory behind that could happen, because if we take a look at it, her theory is that, let's just look at what she has inside here at the top holdings, okay? So her top holdings are Tesla, Zoom, Exact Science, Roku, Block, Coinbase. They're all losers. That's the bottom line. But I can understand that because, you know, when you've been through monster downdrafts, see, listen, I remember, you know, Amazon went down 90%. That's the best stock. So I get that. I get how her theory goes, right? So I can get that. What I don't get, and this is where it is a combination with the Ark also, she had the nerve yesterday to go on Bloomberg again and say that that's the new NASDAQ, but that's not it. Then she turned around and said that she's back on her deal that Bitcoin's going to be worth $1 million. Now that, folks, is right out of her mind. I mean, it's like not even close, because that's just picking a number out and saying it's worth. There's no theory behind that, okay? So my point in the whole story is be really careful about a new NASDAQ. You know what that's like saying? That's like saying, and I've seen this, you know, 3 or 4 times in the last 20 years. That's like saying that, number one, the chips are not a commodity, which people did, you know, 6 months ago. They said, no, it's a different thing now. Chips are always a commodity. And that's also like saying that chips never come back. Chips are going to be running the world for a huge amount of time, folks. So when the chip business goes down, buy it. Okay? Because that's where all you have to do is look around. Chips are everywhere. Computers are everywhere. It's just going to keep accelerating. As to her call about a $1 million coin, oh, yeah. So this is what she says, within the next decade. So it's 10 years, $1 million coin. Yeah. And if we just bring up Bitcoin, we got to bring it up because, I mean, you know, why not, right? And if we take a look at it, we'll go from highs to lows on this baby, too. So let's take a look at this. I put this on a monthly. So this is even more bizarre. This hasn't even done a 0.382 bounce. A 0.382, listen to this. This can't even do a dead cat bounce. A 0.382 gets you to 36,000. You know, we just went from 68,900 down to 15,400. This hasn't even done a 0.23 retracement yet. Anyway, you get the gist of it, man. What blows my mind is the amount of funds that she actually took in, though. Because watch how this works. Excuse me, folks. So just this one, I mean, she has a bunch of funds here, but this fund here, look at this, man. The expense ratio is 0.75%. I mean, that is just monster money. This fund here, this one here is 8.26 billion. So multiply 8.26 billion times the 0.75, and you know you're going to get. It didn't hurt her company, that's for sure. I mean, the amount of bread is just, it's unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable. But it is what it is. And, you know, we'll see where the rest of it shakes out. You know, I don't even get the aspect of how well, no, it doesn't matter whether I get it or not. She's out there doing it, and she's collecting money. So it is what it is. Silver. Let's go take a look at the silver market out here. So silver contract. Where are you? SI. There we go. Okay. Oh, hit the wrong one. So we're off $1.23. You got volume. You're breaking with volume. 105,000 contracts. You know, silver's on its way back to 21.43. You know, if you haven't test driven the gold report yet, folks, get out there and do it. You know, I took money off before that consolidation. I took them all off. Last 3 weeks, we haven't bought a thing, and I've been waiting for this. And I don't expect to buy this week, but it's going to be the next couple of weeks. I'm riding it on the way down. I'm going to ride it on the way back up. Come over to our website at TFNN to see the gold report. You can test drive it for 30 days. Dow Industrials right now down 191, NASDAQ off 211, S&P's off 50. We'll come right back.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 150, NASDAQ's down 187, S&P's are off 43. So let's see how we're going to set up with volume here. We did the weeklies when we started the program. Okay, so you're gonna, on the SPY, the SPY definitely was the test and a failure, yeah. So, well, it's gonna close over it though. Right now, the SPY is gonna actually close over the 410.49. So, bottom line, that's saying you can test it again. I mean, the volume's not right, that's for sure. You were coming into 540 million, and you've only done 440. Let's go to the Qs and take a look at the Qs. Let me show you with this one. This is what the Qs did. The Qs came up to its next swing. See that next swing up there? The next swing happened to be the 311.08. And we got the 312.39, and it's not holding price. So on the week, that's on the daily. On the weekly, you're coming into, it's right there, I guess. Yeah, you're coming into 582 million, and you only did 317. man, I'm telling you, this whole thing's a trip. And we already did the dollar, but I'm going to do the dollar again because the dollar is going to run things here. And if it looks to me like the dead cat bounce is starting, and that's all I think there's going to be, by the way, is a dead cat bounce. But it's just enough to get both sides on the wrong foot. So a dead cat bounce on the dollar is 106.179. That's a big move, man. You know, what we haven't done yet is that, you know, you haven't broke the downtrend. You broke the consolidation today, but that's for sure. You broke the consolidation. You gave us a heads up on Tuesday, but it broke it today. So it's a beautiful thing, folks. Buying and selling, buying and selling. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Come back and visit Tommy Monday morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. We'll get him, folks.